Okay, Twitch is live. YouTube is attempting. YouTube's live. Sweet. I return! Voice crack. Oh man, it has been a long time. Like, way too long. I know I said that last time that I did a stream. Not long ago. But yeah, it's just kind of added to my... I really want to stream. And yeah, I'm streaming. Yeah, I'll keep my shirt on. Sounded weird. Okay. I'm not the most awake. I will probably be mostly exhausted by the end of this stream, which will probably only be about 2 hours, but it's probably about all my tired brain can handle right now. So I think I'll get things started with the mini splatling and, well, the run speed. And I'll just get things started with Turf Wars so I can get back into the swing of playing this. Because I have not played at all since the last time I streamed Splatoon 2. So, it's gonna be great. This is gonna go perfectly well. I am not going to have my butt kicked. At least there is Camp Triggerfish around, which is nice. It's like the map knew. It's like Nintendo knew that I would be returning tonight. Oh geez, my gyroscope is... Gyroscope! Yes! Gyroscope. Gyroscope is way off. Fool think I do not remember how to fight my own weapon. I feel kind of mean doing that. But I mean, I don't think we have anyone really on our own side right now. So... the feelings of being mean kind of go away when that happens. Ow. That didn't go so well. Ow. That hurt. And poor Damage has died. Why did I not just throw my bomb? I have a curling bomb for a reason. Ow. I'm not doing so hot. Who would have thunk it? Taking a long time off from playing any first-person shooter, and I'll start playing badly. It's almost as if practice is key. Who would have thought that? Also, I apologize if I'm not talking a whole lot. I'm pretty sure I just made noodles and ate them, and I'm pretty sure the pot I used wasn't completely rinsed out when it had been set away. I could taste soap. So, that's a thing. Not the first time I've had soap in my mouth, but it's not as... it's still not pleasant. No, let's just go with an absolutely silly build. Getting myself used to playing again. And just throw booyah bombs everywhere. I realize I should have done my return yesterday. Also, technically, this should be a permadeath stream. I've completely whiffed on it being Tuesday. Oh well. I have slayed damage again. It's a lot of damage. Ow. I don't know what I was expecting, but really, team, I was the only one over there. Okay. Slain damage again. I'm doing remarkably better with the arrow spray. Ow. Maybe just the arrow spray will be my calling for a while. Probably not. All I'm really good at with it is getting points. And throwing booyah bombs. Still really wish that ink armor would just apply immediately. Like, I really don't think it would be that broken if it did. It would just make a lot of specials more usable if they had their ink armor immediately and it was actually useful on all of them. Aha! I actually landed it! Barely! Points! Wonder what the absolute highest number of booyah bombs you could throw in a single turf war game could be. It definitely is lower now, because, well, they increased the number of points you need by 10 to get the booyah bomb off the arrow spray. I don't know why Nintendo didn't just have it higher to begin with. Like, Jeez. What were they thinking? More points. Oh jeez, we have so many Booyah Bombs on our team. Ow. Hey, I took him with me. Missed out on my Booyah Bomb, though. Ah, this soap taste is very distracting. Which honestly gives me an idea for a video if I ever can get my hands on something like this. Is do like an every flavor bean type thing while playing Splatoon. Like every death, eat one. Just randomly. Splat Pro, you want to advance a bit? I know enough about the undercover to know an undercover wins versus an arrow spray. Almost every time. Points! Nine kills with an arrow spray. It's the power of being brave and never retreating. Unless it makes sense to. Like, overwhelmingly makes sense to. I know I've apologized for my not streaming a lot. And I know probably a lot of people are going to be watching this as just a VOD later. So it's probably great I'm getting this out in like the first 15 minutes. Like, I do still really apologize that I just have not streamed lately. I have not been sleeping good times for streaming. At least with my normal stream times, and I've honestly considered changing the stream times mildly just to make it a bit easier. But then I got my sleep schedule mostly back on track, so why bother? It's working again. there was a hostile in there. Ow. I am not good at fighting people that get right in my face. I'd honestly say I'm feeling more rusty this time than my last return. Like, about a week ago. Another reason why brushes suck! They are ranged by the arrow spray. Meaning an arrow spray can beat a brush. Cleaning up. I should probably advance a bit. Do they have a disconnect? They do have a disconnect. Okay. But they're like, why are we winning so well? And it's because one of their people's disconnected. That would be why. I mean, they are still pushing. A lot of them should have a lot of advantage to get a, good chance to get a lot of points. So if they actually care about points, then, Welcome, Ryan. Yes, the triumphant return of the derpy arrow spray, who is very brave. I don't care about you, brush. 5 kills with an arrow spray. Why am I good at getting kills with, like, the dumbest weapons? Because, like, my best killing weapon is the undercover. A weapon that everyone tells me is a support weapon. I do best killing with it. My second best is arrow spray. A turfing weapon. Also, that sounds like it hurts. I don't use a chair. I sit at the bottom of my bed. I have my desktop set up with, like, a little table. Little table, my monitor sits on a gaming stand. My TV sits on top of another TV. It's a very old TV it sits on top of. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. Because I can. And there's lots of point opportunities over here. I mean, I would do that, but I don't have enough tube TVs for that, and I'd need to have them, like, build up from, like, biggest to smallest. This was not a fight you wanted to pick, Brush. I think I landed that right on them. So nice to see you have icons. I have a Twitch emote now. Not Twitch emote, Discord emote. Because me and my girlfriend were just looking, well, I was looking through random Avatar: The Last Airbender stuff, and I found a promotional image for a PSP Avatar: The Last Airbender game. And it had the most beautiful Sokka face I have ever seen. Ow. I've actually been kind of tempted if I can get my sister's camera to do kind of like a, this is my setup thing. Because, you know, I have an interesting setup, I like to think. Ow. It's definitely not a normal setup. I would just need to tidy it up a bit first. As well, because it's not very tidy. Followers on Twitch? A lot. I have like 80 some. I just don't have consistent viewer numbers. My follower... I can't see the follower count in my smaller window. Ugh, excuse me. But it's a high number. Like, it is decently above what I need to, you know, be affiliate, partner, whatever it is. I think it's affiliate. I just, well, I don't have the consistent 3 viewers that I need. And now I probably don't have the stream 8 hours or whatever it is. But I might still have that. Nice. It just occurred to me my friend code isn't on the screen, is it? There we go. I turned it off because I was just recording audio for something, and I just, you know, didn't want to have to bother with having it on the screen. There we go. It is back now. I should probably really use something else. But, like, the mini Splatling didn't work out, so... Well, it looks like I'm going straight, because everyone else was going other directions. I mean, I could use Knee Leader. Everyone gets at me for my sensitivity when I play Sniper, though. You know, thinking back earlier in the stream, I told a lie. I did play a first-person shooter in the time I wasn't streaming. And I was playing a Sniper. The whole time. With really high sensitivity. 5. Maxed. That is my sensitivity I play at. Like, the maximum. And even this doesn't, it doesn't feel like it's enough. But I know if it was higher, I would do what I just did a lot of. I just desynced my gyroscope a bit. And I can feel it. Ow. Took 2 people with me. I forget what first-person shooter it was. But I know it was really neat, and I was showing my girlfriend, and she was kind of shocked at just the shots I was making. Yeah, mine's 5.5. Because, like, I was making these shots unscoped, just basically across maps, and hitting heads. Which is why everyone should feel very lucky. Splatoon, like, the Switch does not have a mouse and keyboard attachment. I would probably play Sniper and nothing else, and just go on a point-and-click adventure. Ow. It'll never happen in Splatoon unless they add a mouse and keyboard attachment and support for it, which I doubt they will, but if Nintendo gets really greedy, they probably will, because they could probably charge like $80 for that, and people would buy it. People would buy it, because it would be an advantage. Like, that, you can't even argue that. It would be an advantage for every weapon to have mouse keyboard controls. Hey, Rand! Now I get to see if ReStreamBot is finally working on Twitch again. So I remember the last couple streams I did, he wasn't. Still working on the YouTube end of things, it's just Twitch isn't working now, it seems. But yes, I should grab an E-liter. I am changing stuff. This. And I don't know, this, because faster ink recovery. More ink recovery. I mean, Triggerfish is one of the maps in the rotation. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that impression. Because he's not showing up in the chat. I know when I opened up their thing, it was like, hey, we're doing some big chat changes. Messed that up. No, don't. I didn't want this big. Yes, there will be. Streaming will, unless something catastrophic happens, streaming will be going back to normal. Yeah, I'm gonna leave an ink mine right there, just in case people end up turfing that. Alright, have a good night. I am so bad at this. Yeah, I'm gonna be updating the schedule at some point. I mean, now that I have an event day, I really should. Being Tuesdays being my permadeath day. Hey, I got a kill! I just need to talk about permadeath. Yeah, technically today should have been a permadeath day, but I didn't realize it was Tuesday. That is legitimately what happened. I am so bad at sniping. See, the thing is, like, I'm not getting burnt out on streaming. It's more just my sleep schedule gets messed up because of something in my away from streaming life. So, like, for instance, what ended up causing my sleep schedule to fall off track last time, like, literally after I thought I was gonna be getting back into streaming and, you know, had those couple streams a little bit ago. Like, legitimately what happened was just a large bout of insomnia, where I was up for, like, 28 hours. I'll grab this. I will fin the fire. Because my brain doesn't exactly work the best. I get insomnia a lot, because I get worrying about things. And then I'll get remembering things, and that's when it starts to get bad. Because as I've mentioned, I'm not sure if I mentioned anytime you were around or not. I've been abused by an ex-girlfriend, and yeah, not pleasant memories to say the least. So, yeah, my brain don't work well. Ow. Oh, we have a disconnect. Good. It's totally great when I'm sniping. Yeah, that sucks. My girlfriend has abusive parents. Just seems like most people are just jerks. Ow. Hey, I got a kill. I'm already doing better than I was before, I think. No, wait, I got my kill also before the last minute with the E-Leader. Only I think I was turfing better with the E-Leader. I'm getting kills, and I don't exactly know how. In my case, it was basically just about anything you could imagine, including things I can't say because this is a PG stream. It was not a fun 5 months. Yeah. But hey, you got through it. It doesn't matter how beat up you were, if you got through it, you got through it. If you know what I mean. Sure you do. Need I remind you of one of the last times we were talking, you were worried about your friend. You have a heart. Anything that doesn't kill you just makes you stronger. Unless, you know, it, like, breaks your spine. That isn't gonna make you stronger, but... I don't think the people that... the person that made that quote, you know, that statement initially, like, thought it through entirely. Ow. We have a partier. Good. I'm trying to snipe and be good at it, and we have partiers. Sure about what part? The partier? I'm 90% certain about a partier existing. About 90%. Can't be certain. Hey, if you didn't, you wouldn't have worried about your friend. Simple as that. I don't have that kind of money. I have negative money again. I'm just bad at sniping in Splatoon. Let's see. What can I fail at next? Dualies. That'll work. No, run speed is not something I want with dualies. Yeah, I think this setup's still probably my best one. If I had swim speed, that'd be great, but everything I have is about running. Oh, excuse me. Finally have the taste of soap out of my mouth. It's only taken about half a liter of water. I made noodles, and the pot I used to make noodles, I'm guessing, didn't get rinsed out properly, and I'm guessing had some soap residue left in it, and I didn't notice. So that was a wonderful, wonderful meal. I honestly kind of want to get like a hand cam myself. Partially just so you guys can see the lengths I stretch my right hand to never take my thumb off the stick, like the left stick. Like anytime I booyah, I'm using my right thumb. Ow. Didn't realize that was a squiffer. I should have just looked at the top, saw it was a squiffer that way. I am not a smart man. So my hands are a little too big for that. Like, the base of my thumb is above the down arrow on the Joy-Con. Like, I'd have to weirdly contort my hands to do that. It's kind of the problems with having big hands on a Nintendo system. They design their controllers as if everyone has teeny hands. And I do not have teeny hands. I will be 23 soon. As in this month soon. That is another thing that has legitimately caused insomnia for me. I have forgotten how old I am multiple times in the past, like, few months. Thank you. I've given hints at when my birthday is, but I don't think I've ever come right out and said it. And the only hint I've given is based around the zodiac signs. Of my birthday is on the border between Gemini and Taurus. To the point where both zodiac signs fight over which I am. I think it's zodiac. No, this isn't zodiac. That's horoscope stuff. Yeah. I'm remembering the wrong things. They're both made up. It's hard to keep them straight. Nope. Not the 16th. There is a 1 in the number, though. Feel I've already given a hint there. There is a 1 in the number. Nope, you're still too early in the month. Now you're way too late in the month. Now I think there's only one option left. Yup, May 21st. Fun fact, there was still snow on the ground the year I was born. And when I turned 18, it snowed on my birthday. It hadn't snowed at all, from what I could remember, the other 17 years, but on my 18th birthday, it snowed. It's a sign. Ow. I was low on ink. We get snow here way too much. I'd gladly trade you. Okay, at certain times of the year. During, like, you know, the winter months, nah, I want to keep the snow. But the spring snow, you can have that. If you want it, you can just have it. Wait, run speed would help dualies, wouldn't it? Because you spend a lot of time strafing around. Probably doesn't help them much, but it probably helps them more than not having it. Good, I have bait. Darn it, you're meant to be bait. Ow. I can't afford that. I would honestly love to get to the point where I could, you know, set up like a fan meet and greet kind of thing. I kind of want to meet a lot of you guys. You all seem like really cool people. As opposed to me, who's just kind of lame, and I don't know why you all like watching me, but I mean, I'll take it. I mean, if I'm remembering correctly, from what grade you've said you're in, you have more friends at that grade than I had at that grade. I don't think you're as lame as I am. Yeah, but I had 0. I didn't even have online friends. So, I was that much of a shut-in, shy child. I spent 90% of my time that I was not at school or asleep outside playing with sticks. Like, or playing on, like, the PS2 by myself. And online friends are just as valid as in real life friends. I was labeled a creep. by just about every chat I've ever been in, and by everyone I've really met in real life. I mean, a fair part of that does come from my clothing choice. I either like to dress really well or wear trench coats. Trench coats are just very nice to wear in Canada. I know people don't like them, people don't trust them, but they are so comfortable. And people knock it without trying it. It makes me sad. Ow. I mean, my face from a few years ago is on my YouTube. So... I mean, if I were to do it now, biggest difference is I think I have a little more weight to me now, and I have more of a beard. But I've been wanting to get rid of the beard, so... Partially because it's just getting to the length where it's just a little unwieldy. Gets tangled in itself. And that hurts. So... I think it's time I just get rid of it. I've been doing no shave the past, like, 4 years. Well, I can't say that. No, I did actually shave in the past year because I had a job interview. I just never have money, so I don't like using razors that often unless I have, like, a job interview or something I need to look good for. Because I can't afford to replace my razors, so I just have one I use occasionally, and 2 more that are just in storage. Ow. But yeah, I legitimately own, like, 2 suit jackets, a dress vest, I wear almost nothing but dress clothes, and I also have, like, 3 trench coats. I also wear almost nothing but dress shoes as well. Must say, those do not work well in the snow, but they look nice. Well, I suppose even that really depends on which pair of my dress shoes I'm wearing, because I have 3 of them currently. One that's Velcro, because I got those for free, but I'll take free dress shoes. And 2 that tie up. One pair that I've had since I was in, like, grade 9, so the soles of them are just gone. And the other pair I got more recently that I don't wear that often, because they look nice still. I'd rather wear my old raggedy pair. I'm just doing random stuff around the house that I need shoes for. If I go somewhere, I put on the nicer looking pair or the Velcro pair. See, my normal self is dress clothing. Like, before that I wore, like, sweats all the time. Like, sweats t-shirt is just what I wore. But I just kind of got tired of looking like that. So I was like, no, I'm going to dress better. So I did. Like, that's legitimately how I came to, I'm going to wear dress clothes all the time. Because jeans are too tight for me, like around the waist. It legitimately hurts for me to wear jeans. So I never have. Well, I can't say I never have. When I was really little, I wore jeans. But that's mostly because, you know, I was still being dressed by, you know, my parents. So I wore what they wanted me to wear. But when I became old enough to decide for myself, the sweats, they didn't hurt. Yeah, I do not like jeans. With myself, the pain is very likely caused by I have one kidney. I was born with one kidney. It has multiple cysts along one side of it, and the jeans were very likely pushing in on those cysts and making them hurt. Ow. Which is also why, to a lot of people who have over the years been like, oh, why don't you join the military to get a job? Military wouldn't take me. I only have one kidney. They won't take people with only one kidney. It's a liability. It's a little late on the booyahing. Ow. Darn it! I didn't think they were gonna turn around. I definitely do agree the jeans are the worst. Well, to give some perspective, if I were to line up the bottom of a Joy-Con with, like, the beginning of where my hand is, the Joy-Con ends before my fingers begin. These are small, okay? The Joy-Cons need to be bigger. I have big hands. I mean, like, last I measured myself was, like, when I was, like, 17, and I was, like, 6'2". So there's a good chance I'm taller than that now. Well, I suppose I didn't even measure myself. It was for my beginner's license. Which I never actually got past. Mostly because I had no one to teach me how to drive. Or a vehicle. Also, the person at the DMV confused me for being female. Which, at the time, I was laughing about. But nowadays, it's literally that M and F really don't matter. I mean, if it comes right down to it, I got oh, geez. Right Joy-Con is dying. Okay. Is it? There it goes. It's reconnected now. Explode, my children. Yeah, I have really big hands. Which has caused problems with a lot of things, because a lot of things are not designed for big hands. No, I was talking about the little walkie bombs that were following me. They clearly bond onto whoever they lock onto. You become their parent. They explode to show you how, you know, to try and make you proud of them. But yeah, as kind of, I'll go back to the thought I was working on with the whole my beginner's license not having the right gender for me. Legitimately, if I had been driving and got stopped by the police, like, I could have literally just said, oh, well, I identify as female. And my beginners would be completely fine. Even though usually when at least at that point when I got stopped by the police, I just pulled out my student ID. Because that worked. They would accept student IDs. Mostly because you're not expected, at least in Canada, you're not expected to have an actual ID until you're 18. So they'll take student IDs. Even though literally all it is your student identification number and a picture of you and your name on just a slab of plastic. Like, literally anyone could print them if they had a printer that could put plastic through it. Why, because I have dubbed the little walkie bombs children, or because I just come up with random stories on the spot, or I just ramble about things. Or a mix of all of the above. I do have a lot of random stories. That's what happens when you have, like, nothing to do online for a ton of years, and you spend a lot of time out in the wilderness. You might think that sounds weird, but I literally grew up in the middle of nowhere. My backyard was a forest. Quite a big forest. I got lost in it. In the snow! Yeah, let's make that the next random story. You wanna know how dumb little me was? I got lost in the snow. Like, it wasn't snowing. There was snow on the ground. I got lost and walked around the same tree like 3 times. I was not a smart child. Like, I was legit worried I was lost the whole time. Because I was. I had no idea where I was, but I was walking around the same tree constantly. It never occurred to me to follow my own footprints. Keep in mind, I was also like 8 at the time. But still, it had never occurred to me to follow my own footprints. Yeah, for that kind of stupidity, age really does not matter. It's still dumb. Oh jeez, ran out of ink. My NZAP buddy left me. Where are they right now? Oh, they're way back over there. Hey, ink armor actually saved my life! That's a first. Well, I can't say it's a first, but it may as well be. Fair enough. Oh, that... Why? Why every time? No, I did not die to the stamp! I legitimately just eventually kind of stumbled my way back out to, because, like, on either side of the woods was a road. Like, literally all around it. No matter what direction I went, I would eventually reach a road. So I just picked a direction and went until I found road. Figured out what road I was on, and then just walked home. And then got yelled at because I was out on the road. Even though I wasn't, I was walking along the side of the road. Like a good little boy. I was on the right side of the road so I could see traffic coming and get further into the, you know, get further away from the road when there was a car coming. But no, I got yelled at. And then mocked because I walked around the same tree many times. In my defense, it was a big tree. A few years after that, that tree actually fell down. Left a really big, just, well, dead tree around. Oh, jeez. I'm bad at this. True, but what I mean is it was big for tree scales. Like, it was to the point where you could see this tree from basically anywhere in the town I grew up in, as long as you weren't, like, really far downtown. Like, it was that big. Yeah, especially because I don't live in that town anymore. And Google Street View has never gone down the road I grew up on, so I can't even be like, hey, just go check out that road. If you ever want to Street View the town I grew up in, it was the town of Digby in Nova Scotia. I don't live there anymore. I don't really ever plan on going back either. Like, part of me wants to, because it's, like, it's a really small town. And I love small towns, because I get lost in bigger towns, because I never left that town growing up. Except to go visit relatives who also lived in the middle of nowhere. So, like, I was never really in a big town throughout the entirety of growing up. Yeah, I'm not, for security reasons, I'm not saying the town I'm living in now. Not until I become a bit of a bigger YouTuber, and I can go to the police and with a straight face go, yeah, some people might legitimately try stalking me. So, yeah. Also, swatting's a thing, so, you know. Be aware of that, guys. I'm not a big enough creator for that. I said YouTuber. I meant creator. Lucky sniper. Running out of ink. You could probably hear that too. Just a click, click, click. I know the larger I get as a creator, the more people I am going to make angry with me. I mean, I'd say you and I are about the same size. You have a better following on Twitch, and I don't know about your YouTube. I know my YouTube is like 200 odd subscribers. I think it's like 208, 207, 206, somewhere in that range. 20 something. True, but you have consistent viewers. Okay, so I think you're a bit ahead of me in both places. But we're still about the same size. When I say like bigger creator, I mean people like Boogie2988 or trying to think of other people that are Chugga Conroy, or even the channel Steven Plays, which is legitimately what I was going to name my channel, and then I googled, like I searched on YouTube Steven Plays and found his channel. And I'm like, oh, like it's same spelling of my name and everything, because his name is the same. He makes good content too. See, I'm just naming off people I know of. I don't know who that is. Naming off people I know of that aren't too big. Because, like, I would have named off, like, a Philip DeFranco, but his channel is way too big. Like, he has, I think he has over 10 million subscribers. I was trying to think of people with, like, around, like, the 100,000 to 1 million range that I know of. And I don't know of many YouTubers. I don't watch a whole lot of varying YouTube content. Soviet Womble, he's another one. He's more of a Twitch guy, though. And I don't know how big his Twitch is. He does make some funny content, though. Like, some really funny content. And he's not actually Russian / Soviet. Oh, jeez. Ow. I know there's other Splatoon creators, too. Oh, I feel bad I can't remember their names, because a few of them popped into my streams occasionally. I feel really bad about that. This fancy name box guy. I still can't believe I had someone of that size on YouTube pop in on one of my streams. Because I'm small potatoes. But apparently... I'm interesting enough for people that big to pop in on. I could see about it. It'll all depend on trying to get things working together. And me getting OBS set up right. Because, like, how I'd have to have my OBS set up to talk with, say, you through Discord, while also still being able to hear the game. I'm gonna need to have headphones plugged into my computer, with my usual, like, TV headset plugged into my extension for the TV headphone jack, and wear both. Like, a lot, like, when I used to do it a lot with, like, Temperance, I wouldn't be able to hear the game, and I know I would play worse because of it. Because I play a lot of games off of what I can hear. And I tried unplugging my headphones a few times and just using the TV speakers, but I could never get them loud enough I could hear it without it bleeding into the microphone. Thing is, I only have one pair of earbuds that don't bother my ears. You know how, like, a lot of them are like that earpluggy type of headphone? Or earbud? I'm allergic to the rubber they use on those. I can only have them in my ear for maybe like half an hour to 45 minutes. Or I start getting quite the rash in my ear. So, like, I have a pair of earbuds I can wear under these this headset I'm wearing. Like, I can do that. It's just getting everything set up right. Ow. Because part of it is manually setting OBS to play desktop audio through the earbuds as well. Or I could use the headset for the desktop. Either or would work, really. But you get the idea. Like, my setup is very convoluted. Partially because allergies. Ow. Then it would probably bleed into the microphone, and then we'd get feedback loops. When one of your friends is an audio engineer, you learn to worry about this stuff. I'm legitimately always worried she's gonna pop into a stream and just have endless problems with my setup. Because I know my setup isn't far from perfect. It's barely what I'd call, you know, acceptable. Definitely barely what she would consider acceptable. She'd probably look at my microphone and go, "Why are you doing this?" I have a piece of duct tape along the top of the microphone, covering up the little LED, because it's so bloody bright. It was hurting my eyes. So I just have a piece of duct tape over the top of the microphone. Ow. I also probably have the microphone way too close to me. Or possibly way too far away. I don't know. I also have a lot of noise reduction on it. Just through OBS. Which is why you may have noticed, like, back, like, when you were, joining in for, like, co-commentating when Temperance was around, I probably sound different through Discord, because there isn't a lot of noise reduction going on, taking out all the fuzz and, you know. I probably definitely sounded a lot louder. Fair enough. I've had a lot of people mention I sound louder through Discord. Yeah, honestly, now that I've popped into one of your streams, you sounded basically the exact same. No real difference. I still need to try and catch more of your streams. But I sleep all the time. Because that is another portion of why I wasn't streaming, is I've stopped drinking coffee, like, altogether. I just decided a while back, nah, I'm done. I'm not gonna drink anymore. Which probably wasn't the best idea, to just stop like that. But I did, so... I sleep a lot now. I'm also tired all the time now. I've been legitimately considering exercising. Ouch, ow. Because I know if I exercise, I'm not going to be tired. Which sounds dumb, but that's basically how my metabolism works. Because I was cursed with having an athlete's body. I don't want this. I want to be fat and happy. I don't want to be fit. Well, I mean, I suppose I don't even want to be fat. I just want to be average. Ow. Yeah, it makes sense. A trick I've found with insomnia, and this may sound, like, very health nutty, drink some tea. Just, like, a cup of decently milky tea. Where it's, like, a nice, pleasant warmth. Or just a cup of warm milk with cinnamon. The warm milk with cinnamon is probably the easier thing to do. Like, you put, like, about a teaspoon of cinnamon in a glass of milk, put it in the microwave to warm it up, and just drink it. It's nice, tasty, and it helps you fall asleep. At least it helps me fall asleep. I actually have a thing called sleepy time tea. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it helps me sleep. Because I don't like mint, and it has mint in it. Which is great. Ow. That Hydra was on a killing spree. Jeez. I'm doing pretty okay with dualies. I don't eat breakfast either. Never have. I've never seen the point of it. I'd rather just sleep in more. I've legitimately always just slept in until it's basically time to get up and go to school or do whatever. Now I use an end zap. So, like, when I was going to school, I would sleep in until, like, I'd have to be, in elementary school, I'd have to be outside by 7:30. I would get up at 7:20. Like, I'd get out of bed then, go down, get my stuff on, go out, wait for the bus. In high school, I had to be out for 8:30, I think it was. And I basically just did the exact same thing again. Ow. Maybe. Legitimately, aside from the fact that she was homeschooled and I wasn't, my girlfriend and I have so many moments of that of just like, we're the same person, aren't we? Ow. Which probably isn't the worst thing with, you know, for a partner. Because, like, we both dislike the same food. We both love the same food. We both, you know, like the same things. It's a little weird. I think it's just because I have stories to tell. You'll get there. Whether it takes 5 years or 50 years, you'll get there. You'll still have stories to tell. Whoa, I almost fell in the water because I was looking at chat. Yeah. A lot of the stories I tell come from school, so. Or at least when I was around that age. Though, I have to ask. Because I probably have, because I find this still hilarious to this day. Have I ever mentioned I was pulled over on a bicycle by the police for speeding? Legitimately speeding. On a pedal bike. That is... I still love that that happened. Because that's not something that happens! But no, I was. Could probably recreate what I did in the town I'm living in. There's just more traffic around, so I'd be a lot more... I honestly wouldn't do it. Because the town I grew up in, like, there was no traffic ever, anywhere. Like, it could be, like, 1 p.m. on, you know, a work day. So, like, lunch break time. There might be, like, 4 or 5 cars going along the main street. It was nice. The town might have had about 1,000 people in it. Probably not even that. The school, like, the high school only had 500 people in it. Because people were coming from the surrounding towns to go to high school there. Because it was the closest high school. I mean, I can see why. Explode, my child. Thank you. Oh, every time! I'm just doing a little turfing and just suddenly stamp out of nowhere. How did... There, now that should hopefully activate that. Oh jeez, that's the Hydra. Okay. Ow. Like, I also love how I was let go with just a warning because, well, you know. I was young, and B, pedal bikes have no way of knowing how fast they're going. So it's like, well, you know, I couldn't reasonably know, and the police officer knew that had I pulled the brakes to slow down, I probably would have burnt them off of the bike, because pedal bikes have little rubber brakes that burn off with enough friction. And, you know, going down a nearly 90-degree slope, that's gonna put a lot of strain on those little rubber brakes. Ow. Which reminds me, my bike needs new brakes. I'd honestly probably be better off just getting a new bike if I had the money. I've been riding the same bike since I was 16, I think. The thing served me well, like, don't get me wrong, it's a good bike. It's just kind of small now and has no brakes on the back, only front brakes. And if you know anything about momentum, you'll know pulling the front brakes while going forward is a bad idea. Objects in motion do not like to stop. Which has led to me burning out the soles of a few pairs of shoes. Because I used those as my brakes of just slamming my heels into the ground. The biggest don't try this at home is don't ride a bike while drinking coffee. I did it. I'd ride one-handed drinking coffee. Be it iced coffee, iced cappuccinos, French vanillas, regular coffee. Yeah, I'll stick with this. I mean, I used to do it all the time, and I'm okay, but I'm an idiot, and I have survived because I'm an idiot. Like, I would not advise anyone ever do that. Dr. No. Yeah, we just need that guy around anytime I start mentioning something I did as a kid. It's just here, let Dr. No tell you how not to do this. Because idiots survive everything. There's a great comedy bit by, I think it was George Carlin, of the idiot waiting for you. Like, everywhere you go in life, there's an idiot there just waiting for you. No, wait, no, it was Robin Williams. It was Robin Williams who basically told this joke. And you know, the idea is, like, you could be going to, like, the most prestigious university ever. There's going to be an idiot. And they've gotten there. They've succeeded. You know, idiots don't die. They just kind of exist. This isn't part of the joke anymore, but, you know. We just get places and, you know. The best part is if you are that idiot, good job. You're already where you need to be. I don't think you're an idiot. I think I'm the idiot that was waiting for you. Let's face it. Hello, non-existent. If you're tired, you might want to sleep. I don't mind if you're here to watch or not. I mean, I'm gonna be streaming again tomorrow. I can almost guarantee it, unless something catastrophic happens. I mean, Ryan, none of us get out of this alive. We're all gonna die eventually. Which is why I've just kind of, you know, resolved to be the idiot. Because may as well have fun while I'm here. And the bonus to being the idiot is I get to teach people what not to do. Ow. I mean, to a degree, yeah. I mean, everyone's an idiot at something. I don't mean, I'm just in general an idiot. I do stupid things. I mean, I know for a fact I've mentioned before my one occasion after school, I was riding my bike home because I rode my bike to and from school. I had stopped in at a Tim Hortons along the way, which is a coffee shop, bought an ice cap, which is an iced cappuccino. And I was riding home, and I had left before, just a little before the buses left. So, there was basically a bus following me down the road I was traveling down to get onto, like, these old train tracks, which led directly to my house. There's an old folks' home right across these train tracks, too. Well, where the train tracks used to be. They weren't there anymore. It was just, like, a dirt path. I am outrunning the bus down the road at a comfortable speed ahead of the bus, which was still traveling at road speeds. I asked the bus driver at a later point if he had slowed down at it. He said no, he was going the speed limit. I was speeding. And then I sharp 90-degree turned, drink in hand, taking a sip to get onto this dirt path and just kept going. Like, I just coasted the whole most of the way home, which was like 2 kilometers away. Because I'm an idiot. Plus, I was an idiot probably about 2 years... Yeah, I was 3 years older than you are now. And I was trying to impress the ladies by being an idiot. It didn't work. But... because there was, on that street, there was a girl I had a crush on. But I would not approach her at all. Because I was just that shy. So I did stupid things to try and get her attention. I probably got her attention. She probably thought, what is that idiot doing now? He's gonna die in like 2 years, probably. If he even lives that long. But joke's on all of them. I'm still alive. I mean, to be fair, an iced cap, you drink through a straw. So, I mean, I was taking a sip through the straw. So I was still looking at what I was doing. But it's still not something you should do. Ever. Technically, the act of drinking from something while driving anything is illegal. So, you know. Well, I wouldn't really care at this point. They probably would know who they were. And I have a girlfriend now, so... they'd probably just confirm they thought I was an idiot. So knowing my track record, it'd probably be a case of, yeah, back then I had a crush on you too. I've gotten that a lot from a lot of girls I used to know. It's like, okay. One of which had the point of, yeah, I dropped a lot of hints, but you didn't seem to ever pick them up. to my response of, yeah, I'm an idiot. What do you expect? Ow. Just my one bit of advice for any girls or women who might be watching, who are thinking of hitting on a guy. Be kind of obvious. We're dumb creatures. We're not gonna notice. The general thought that always went through my head was, well, they're just being nice. You know, that's very nice of them. It never occurred to me of, oh, they're flirting. Oh. It's just, oh, they're being nice. Ow. Well, I mean, it's not really an excuse, it's just the truth. Ow. I am kind of an idiot. Need I remind you, as far as the gaming goes, I have charged headlong into a Hydra Splatling as an aerospray. Like, directly at them. Just... I am dumb. He says, while remembering I was in chemistry in school and advanced science classes, and brain-wise, I'm pretty smart. I don't use those smarts for anything. I literally have a periodic table on my wall. Like... I don't use my smarts for anything. It's undercover time. See, that is a marginally more winnable situation. Still, though, that is a marginally more winnable situation than charging at a Hydra under basically those same conditions. Like, it was just an open, like, the map, between me and them was basically their full range. And I was an aerospray. And I just charged headlong at them because, why not? Just Leroy! Which is partially why I decided to go with Brave Newbies as a clan name. Because that is literally how Brave Newbies in EVE Online work. One of their most famous quotes is, "Don't worry about that." Ow. I really need to at some point find the, because PG, censored version of the video and post to the stream the This Is Eve video. Because that's where that quote came from. But there is a lot of cursing in the regular version, so I'd need to find the censored version so that, you know, no cursing. I might, like, at some point tonight, dig it up. If I can find it. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. You just have to search on YouTube for that exact thing, and I'd probably find it. Ow. True, but I don't want to break my own rules and have my girlfriend mute me on the Discord. Because she would. She would do it. I could do that. Actually, gotta see if I can find it now while I'm doing things here. I'm sure my computer could handle this. Well, I found the uncensored version. I'll just DM that to you. Just be warned, EVE Online is a beautiful game. With a lot of spaceships. It's also an open PvP game. And part of the quote of where "Don't worry about that" comes from is basically, can we take on Guardians? Guardians are basically, to put it in MMO terms, they're clerics. A lot of Brave fleets don't carry any form of logistics / clerics with them. Yeah. I love being part of Brave. Loved running my own group in EVE Online too. I still might one of these days go back to that. It'd give me something else to stream as well. Alright. Hope you enjoy. Don't feel bad if you don't understand a few things, because they use a lot of in-game lingo. I'm so dead. There should be whole pages on, like, EVE lingo. Because, like, a lot of new players don't understand it. Because a lot of it doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm zoning out. Jeez. I just completely zoned out. That's always nice. great throw. 10 out of 10 throw that was. Jeez, my intention was to, like, just start with Turf Wars to get back into how to play. And I've just carried on with it through the entire stream. Now let's go back to... No, I'll go with different weapon. What am I gonna go with? Brush! This is gonna go so terribly. This is the perfect weapon to use when I'm getting very tired. Hamster ball ready to go. Hamster ball! Ow. I have heard that comparison before. So dead. Yep. Actually, from a lot of people that used to play Eve. And some that probably still do. I have not. I don't watch movies. Well, I do occasionally, but not really. Like, enough to say I watch movies. Like... Like, I'll read comics and other nerdy stuff, but I don't usually watch movies. Ow. I have heard that. I don't have the attention span for it. Like, the only way I can usually watch a movie is if I'm watching it with somebody. Like, that's a problem I've legitimately had since I was a really little kid. It's just like, I don't have the attention span for movies. I barely have the attention span for TV shows. I mean, one thing I'd probably hit is I'm not the biggest fan of planes. See if I can get one more game in for the map rotation. Which might end up being the end of the stream, because I'm getting really tired. It's something that's kind of probably pretty weird about me, is I don't usually like modern warfare things, be that like planes, boats, tanks, even like just like, I just don't like them. I like old boats, like sailboats, I love those. Play a lot of Age of Sail games. But like, yeah. Though I have used airplanes as an example to teach people how to play competitive Pokemon better, so... Main person with that being my oldest brother. Because he had, for the longest time, a very just... never switch Pokemon kind of mentality. Because, oh, well, if I switch, then that other Pokemon will take a bit of damage. Yeah, but that other Pokemon's taking a little bit of damage, so that you don't lose the one you're using. Fair enough. No fear. Ow. But like, it took me probably a good year or so to get that through to my oldest brother. Just like, switch Pokemon in competitive Pokemon battling. For the longest time, he just resolved to play Mono-type. Because, oh, well, if you're at the type disadvantage there, then there's no point to switching. There's still plenty of point to switching. Then again, he also doesn't seem to see the point of carrying wall Pokemon on his team. Now I'm just ranting about his team building. A general good team, at least a good average team for starting with anyway, is a physical wall, a special wall, one of those two walls having stealth rocks or spikes, or some sort of setup move. Both of them having toxic. A wall breaker being, you know, a Pokemon specifically around for taking down the common wall Pokemon of the tier. And the rest of your team be sweepers. Which is why Smogon tends to suggest sweeper sets for almost everything. This is because, well, you generally want sweepers, but you want to have that physical and special wall. Usually, though, you can get by without the physical, because people don't use physical attackers much anymore. And my Darmanitan loves it. So there's nothing to stand in his way as he flare blitzes through water types. Because you don't mess with a Sheer Force Darmanitan. I should do another Pokemon Showdown stream soon-ish. I love playing competitive Pokemon. Though usually my teams are just me throwing together Pokemon I want to use. And I don't overly care other than having something that can Stealth Rock. I've had a Sweeper with Stealth Rocks on it before. Purely because it was the only thing on my team that could learn it. So it had it. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this stream. My throat is getting really sore. I am really tired. I also have to really use the washroom. So, yeah, that's going to be it. For anyone here who might not know, there is a Discord link in the description on YouTube, in the info on Twitch. Feel free to join it, chat with people. We have an icon there. It's of Sokka's face. It's great. That said, thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for some more Splatoon action. See ya then!